Hi, welcome to second lecture on a comprehensive course on Node.js. We will create a basic server using Node. Before creating a server, we need to know about Node modules. In Node, every file is taken as a module, and the variables and functions defined in that file are scoped to that module only. They are not available outside of the module. Module.exports or exports.variable determines the export from the current module, and require function is used to import a module. There are different modules present like file-based modules, which you can create by saving the file as a .js. But the variables or functions present in that file must be exported using module.exports or exports. The name of variable or function which we want to export. Core modules are part of core node and are defined within the Node.js source and are located in the ./lib folder. These are the modules to deal with file system, path, operating system, and other fundamental utilities. External node modules are the third-party modules installed using npm node package manager. It stays in node modules folder in your node application. We can include node modules using require function. For file-based modules, we use require./module name. We specify the relative path to the file. For core modules, we use require module name. For external modules, we use require and specify the relative path until the module is found. We look for external modules in node modules. To download the node, you can now go to nodejs.org website and download the LTS version of Node. LTS means long-term support. I have already downloaded it on my machine, so I won't bother to download it again. By the way, it's a very simple installation process. Similarly, you can go to Visual Studio Code website and download the code editor compatible to your machine operating system. You can use any code editor of your choice. But I think the simple and predictable user interface of Visual Studio Code is great for beginners, and the ease of workflow suits perfect for all level of users. Now I will create a folder in the desktop and name it Node Server. We will open the terminal specifying the path of our folder. I have typed code. In my terminal to open the default code editor. In my machine, Visual Studio Code is set as a default code editor. Now we will type npm init to initialize it as a node application. I have written the package name as node server. You can give any name you want, just make sure all the words are in small letters, and for description we can write a basic node server. Make sure to type entry point as server.js as we will work on server.js file. Just leave the test command, git repository and keywords for now. We will set up this later. For license, you can type any appropriate license for your project. Now we will type npm i-D Nodemon to install Nodemon as a developer dependency. So what Nodemon allows us to do is, now we don't need to restart the server after making small changes in the file. It automatically detects the changes and loads the live output without the trouble of restarting the server. Now we will be setting up simple node-based HTTP server that serves up files from our server side. Now we will go to package.json file and edit the script section. We don't need the test command right now, we will edit it. We will write start command and give the value node server to start the node server. Similarly, we will initialize the server command as Nodemon server to start the server with the help of Nodemon. Package.json file contains some brief information about your project like name, description, and it will be helpful for other developers when they will find your project. Now within the Node server folder, we will create a server.js file. We now import Node HTTP module, which is a core networking module, through require function, and initialize that value in constant variable HTTP. Now in the hostname variable, we will give the value of local address, that is 127.0.0.1, and for port name, we will give the value of port as 3000. And now for creating a server, we will use .createServer method of Node HTTP module, which kind of accepts a callback function. Response message is constructed on the second parameter res. We will set res.statuscode as 200, res.setHeader as content type text plain, and res.end as hello world. And now for starting the server, we will use server.listen, and we will give the parameters as port, hostname and arrow function, which prints the port number at which server is running. And now for running the server, we use npm run server, which lets the server run through Nodemon. And now if we go to the local host with port number 3000, we can see the response message on our window which says hello world. Now you can close the server by pressing Ctrl C on the terminal